Are there any specific industries that you feel, given the state of the economy and geopolitics, both of these, are there any specific industries that you feel uh, are going to boom in the near future or are really in demand?
Yeah, so look, I'm a TMT guy, and so telecom, media, and technology continues to be by far the biggest growth engine of advanced economies in the world. So, and that's going to probably be true for all of our working careers, right? I believe. And AI is the latest big thing that everybody is really, investing a lot of time, money, mental space into. So that's one that's big for sure. Others are also pretty substantial. So healthcare, right? Especially as populations age is going to be increasingly important. That's for sure. And then the last one that I would say is climate. And climate, compared to other industries, is pretty small, even though it gets a lot of talk in a lot of circles and in the media. But the growth rate is pretty substantial, and I believe it's a real issue that's going to have more and more business reasons, not just emotional reasons and value-driven reasons, to really put a lot of effort and investment against it. And so I think there's going to be a pretty substantial growth in climate as well. But again, I also would get back to what we talked about before, which is, what's really important to you. And some people would say, I'm really passionate about the automotive industry. Okay, that's good. That's a big industry. There are lots of jobs, so the growth areas are the ones, to me, that I talked about. But I would encourage people to think about, where do you really, what are you really interested in?
You made I'm going to address two comments. One was on AI and the second was on climate. I'll do it in reverse order. In climate, I suspect, and I want your thoughts on this, I suspect there might be more work in terms of mitigation than prevention. Is that?
Sadly, it's true. But, honestly, clearly, people, governments are going to be quicker to invest money against an obvious pain point where there is a solution. So, to your point, mitigation, right? And in terms of prevention, and I'm a believer that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So, get in front of these things before they become disasters that are very hard to mitigate. That's where I am, and a lot of people are. But you really have to have the business logic, because a business and a government is going to be really wary about putting a lot of dollars against something where there may or may not be a financial return. Even though it feels like the right thing to do, people can lose their jobs in government and businesses to say, I'm going to write these big checks because it's the right thing to do. And we could have all kinds of points of view about whether that's a good way to think about the universe or not, but that's the way companies and governments work.
Fair. No, I agree with you.